Hello, in this video I want to talk about one minor but sometimes important mistake which I often see in my practice that developers make it when they write a test. So let's see on the code example. Let's see a very simple feature. We have a user object, we created user service, created user through it, and as a test we expect that we send email to this user. On this level everything fine, but let's see how this feature can grow. And now imagine that we got a request from management to not send emails to users from, let's say, Africa. It's just imaginary situation. Let's imagine user doesn't like email there, no any actual relevance to real world. So how the average developer would do this feature? Of course, firstly, they would go to the user service and add some condition to not send the emails or something like that. And then they need to write a test. And there is an issue here. So what I usually see in the code is something like where the test does not send emails for users from Africa. And it's similar to previous one, but we add user, uh, oops, it's already defined, user country is Africa. And after that, we expect that email is not sent. Or maybe we just don't specify anything, so it will be fail because mock is not defined. If something happened, and let's see what is wrong with this approach. Let's imagine that the management come up with another requirement, more realistic one, to not send emails to users without first name. Okay, let's implement it and write test for that. So as a average developer, I would add some condition to check the first name, and then I would run the test and see, okay, this test is failed now because we don't send the email. And to fix it, I had to add something like user first name equal Ron. And after that, okay, single quoted. And now all the tests passed, and I'm glad everything done, cool. But what is the issue with it? Now the issue is with the Africa test, because now we don't send email not because it's Africa, but maybe because of the missed first name, and we don't know about that. And even if I go and make in the code some typo in this check, let's say it would be Africa with 2A, and it still works, all the tests still passed, nothing broken, and we don't really check this feature. Why it happened? I say it simple words, it's just because if we check that something happen or not happen under some conditions, we cannot be sure that is the condition is the real reason, because it can be something else like missed name in this case. And let's see how to exclude this, because in current state we just get the false positive tests. They always green, but they not always confirm for us that everything is great. To not have such issues, when we make tests for some conditions, we should specify in the test the condition itself to be sure that it's exactly the reason why something happened or didn't happen. Let's see how it works. Usually in test frameworks, especially for unit tests, for end-to-end test is different story. We have something like each or something like that for the set of tests. So we need to specify two tests, in one when the condition is specified and another one when it doesn't. In this case, it's just different countries. We can set country Africa and another country is non-Africa, just to emphasize again what is the difference. And we also need to define, sorry, it's to separate object, and we also need to define when what we expect in any case. it can be like should send email false in this case, and true and another case. And the body of this test will also look a bit different. Firstly, we need to specify the conditions from the test case, not to be hard-coded. Is country and should send email. And then we can use these variables to set the country. And here we can check by condition should it be sent or not. For example, it can be done like this. If we send email is the previous implementation, and if we don't need to send it, is a new one with the not world. Okay, now it's fixed, and let's see why it fixed. Because if, as developers, we again ask to not send email without the first name, and we implemented it, we will see that both tests failed. This one is failed, as we already said, and we need to add the first name. And this one, because, okay, this case is still passed, but we will see this error. And we just, before the release, we will have to go here and fix the issue with first name. And now when this test passed, it again checks exactly the country, because it's either one or another one. It's the only difference between two tests, and because of that, it's the exact reason that defines the missed or sent email. And everything is covered as well. And that's basically all I wanted to say to you. If you have some conditions, test it as a condition, not as a single test. That's all. Thank you. See you in my next videos.